So I'm an idiot and accidentally pressed the recording button originally, but I think I am officially actually live now, which is nice. I haven't done any streaming. I pressed the recording button for like 5 seconds, but just gonna double check that I can actually open the stream, which I can, which is good. And then I'm gonna go share this to the announcements. So once again, I'm going to be doing these quicker streams. There will always be these archived in my YouTube channel. So if you want to check the feedback and everything again, feel free to do so. And yeah, I'm actually really excited about this. I'm going to be starting to do some judging again. I did also slightly update how I'm doing the input captures and the audio. So my audio is a bit louder, my voice is a bit louder. I've lowered my desktop audio, although I think I can slightly raise it because I also lowered the in-game audio just so my voice is clear. I think this is going to be fine. I think this setup works. But time to start working on playing some levels, giving some feedback, and just having fun. Alright. Next level. Let's see what this one is. Jidan Advento. Okay, I'm gonna be practice moding this. Okay, off the bat, there's almost no decoration, which is kind of disappointing. Is there even a way to do this part? Do you have to go up there? No, because that's impossible. This is already a level. I don't think I can play this one. I'll just see what it looks like in the editor. There's not really much decoration or even playable gameplay, so I think this is legitimately because I can't find a way to get past 8%. I legitimately don't think I can... I don't think I can judge this one properly. So I think this is a no judge for me. This is unfortunate. 750... You could have done more. You could have done more with this. I'm sorry. 700 objects? Yeah, I'm gonna give this I'm gonna get this... I'm not gonna be able to judge this one because there's no decoration. Gameplay's very buggy. I can't even get past 8%. And clearly I think something happened here because this is a little bit concerning. But I think I'm just gonna immediately move on to the next level because I don't really know what to give feedback-wise for that, which is kind of unfortunate. 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6. I can't. Cool, new daily level. Sick. All right. Jidan Volume 2 entry. How many levels left? A lot. All right, 3 AM by Danger Champion. Okay, off the bat, I like this one a lot more. Okay, this is an interesting style. I do think it's a little bit messy and the background's a little too bright compared to the blocks. The blocks could either be a little bit darker just so they don't blend in as much with the background, or the background itself could be a little bit darker. The structures seem very copy-pasted here, but I'm a big wave gameplay person, so it's kind of cool. I like this style. This is kind of cool. I just wish that it was a little less empty and more polished, because right now it feels very unpolished, especially this gameplay. Some of these clicks feel a bit unbalanced and kind of copy and pasted. It's a cool transition. I just wish there was more detail here. Yeah, this is a very nice background. I really like the use of shaders for it. But I think besides that, that part really just feels like it has copy-pasted blocks and doesn't really have any other details besides that, which is kind of not great. God, these effect style backgrounds are actually kind of trippy, but like cool. There's just like not much other than that, unfortunately, to comment on decoration-wise, which is kind of unfortunate. Okay, this part's kind of sick. I do actually kind of dig this part. Again, needs some extra decoration other than just the like physical objects. It needs some like air deco, maybe a second effect on top of it. It just needs more. There's not many ingredients in this, and there needs to be a little bit more just to make the level feel more like thought out. Because there are some really cool ideas in this for sure. I do really dig the backgrounds in this, but again, not only is the gameplay kind of copy and pasty, but like there's not that much detail other than the background, which has a crap ton of it. So there definitely needs to be more. I'm locked in. I'm locked in, trust. I don't know how to do that part. Oh well. Kind of interesting level. I feel like it's also a little bit unbalanced, but I think, again, I can't comment on that because I'm very wave carried. But I feel like this is... Backgrounds are sick, just needs a lot more detail in it. How do I word this? Be more... I think that makes sense. Give this an 11 out of 10? No. I am sorry, but no. I don't think I can do that. Yo, that is specific. What just happened to my keyboard? It gave it like 10 decimals for a second. I don't know why. Not being that specific with ratings, I promise. I'm only rating them like... I'm trying to rate them as simple as possible. Character limit hits hard, yeah. No, there needs to be more characters. It's fine, I can do multiple messages. Whoa, okay, this is kind of sick. Off the bat, I feel like this is story worthy. I really like this, like, essentially like custom ground. Although I feel like these like objects right here, they look so much like spikes that I'm trying to jump over them. I know they aren't. I know they're background objects. But I feel like they shouldn't look this much like spikes. They could be a little more rounded, just so they look less like obstacles that will damage you. This effect is cool. I really like that. I think it works with this part. I don't think this needs more detail. I think it's just enough. It's simplistic, but it works. That's a really nice transition. This is a jump in quality. Holy. Okay, gameplay is really sick. I don't like how I can barely see my guy though. Kind of makes it harder to like read everything. Also, I feel like this part slightly drags on for too long. Because I think this started like, what, 40%? Anticlimactic and screen, but kind of works. I actually kind of do love this. I'll play this again. Why not? Again, first part, I feel like these like backgroundy objects could look a little less like spikes. I'm gonna try to get that coin. But overall, this is really clean. I do like the particle effects in the background. This gameplay is very simple, but it works. It's simple, but it helps in the like louder parts, if that makes sense, the more dynamic parts. It still fits really well and allows the decoration to just focus more on like some really cool designs, which even though they're simple, they work really well. This is a very solid level. I don't think it's feature worthy yet, just cause I feel like the designs are a little bit too basic, but it's really close. I really do love this level so much. I really love this second half. That part also I feel like is a little bit drawn out, but like besides that, this is really dope. You know what? We're doing that. Oh yeah, I have to wait 15 seconds. Hi, Zin. Okay, I think it's been 14 seconds. Super stretched out is probably a better wording. There we go. Why didn't I ping? Should I? I'm deciding to, but I'm considering doing a second stream after like I eat and do a few more things. So I don't feel like this is going to be as long of a stream. Ping? Okay. I'm blaming you, though. $500? Hell no. I'll wait a few seconds just so more people can come in. Oh, don't worry. I already put the blame on you. I put it in the everyone ping. Yeah, that was a really sick level. I'm gonna give that a decent rating. I actually really like that. Again, I really like the effects being used in the second half of this. I do think it deserves a send. I do think it is star rate worthy for sure. I'm really deciding. Obviously, I'm not sending levels because I'm not mod, but I think this is only star rate worthy. It's very close to a feature though. I do actually want to follow this creator though, because this level is sick. I do want to see more of their work. That was really dope. I think that is legitimately my first follow that I've done for this. That was really cool. 576. Oh, okay. This might be the highest rating yet. I've heard really good things. I've seen some previews of this, so we'll see. Oh, good luck in UE. You got this. You're gonna watch the stream and send some of them? Cool. This one's really dope. I don't know how you feel about it, but I actually really do like this one. I don't know what it is about it, but it's really dope. Okay, I need to practice mode this. Thank you so much, Egg Silver. I appreciate it. This is... I really like this vibe. This is cool. Okay. I feel like there could be slightly more detail in the blocks. But that's, again, very nitpicky, because I think the way that it's structured, it works well with the style overall. I'm gonna need to play this again to, like, look at everything more. But... okay. Maybe it's because this is a style that I'm not as fond of. I don't know how I feel about these blocks specifically and the way that they're used. It feels a... God, I can't get that coin. It feels a bit awkward, but then again, it works with the level. Okay, this needs some air deco. I feel like that small show part needs a little bit of, like, extra detail in it. Okay, this pausing effect's kind of cool. Would be cool if there was different variation, like, gameplay-wise, instead of just the same 3 green orbs. But I really like that final, like, idea. That's really cool. You're in practice mode trying to get the coins? Yeah, it's funny. This is gonna sound... okay, this is gonna sound slightly insane. Besides that, what did I do there? I kind of wish that this background effect was a little bit brighter. Like, you can see the blocks. That's really good. I do like that aspect of it, because I've seen some levels previously where the background kind of obstructed the gameplay in that way, and they didn't feel separated. But I feel like it would be cool if some of the background, like, effects were on top of the blocks. I feel like that could be a really cool effect. Okay, I really do like these arrows here. That's actually really cool. Oh, I didn't even see... you use text for the blocks. Okay. I was like, I'm trying to figure out what, like, objects are used for that. That's super sick. I do think there needs to be... okay, I keep saying this. I do think there needs to be slightly more, like... floating decoration, not necessarily air decoration, because I feel like that will obstruct the vibe that is going on in this level. But just a slight amount more detail, because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be slightly more depth in the decoration. But again, that's me being very nitpicky. This is a very solid level, especially in the time frame that was given. Like, this is nice. So I keep playing this level over and over again. This gameplay is actually super fun. Sorry, I'm just concentrating. I am bad at this game. It is a little bit empty. I will agree with that, but I don't know. I think it works with what the level is going for in ways. It's super nice. I keep playing this. I'm sorry. This is a sick level. I think it just needs a little bit more depth in the blocks overall, because it feels like there's only really 2 layers in the entire level. But again, that's me being very picky. I'm trying to look at different designs while playing the level at the same time. I'm kind of bad at this. This is really dope. Yeah, no, this is nice. Again, I feel like there needs to be slightly more, like, floating decoration, or not necessarily air decoration, but, like, just something to give the level more depth, as it feels I'm playing it again, I'm sorry. Uh, as it feels kind of only like there's 2 layers, and I feel like there needs to be something other than just like the blocks and these saws in the foreground. There needs to be something else, I feel like. Because it feels a little bit empty because of that. It feels a little too open. Ooh, and this wave could probably have could do with like a little bit more, like a few more pulses. Because I feel like that will just give the level more energy. Maybe that's what it probably needs. Because yeah, the blocks aren't really getting pulsed. I feel like there definitely needs to be some sort of pulsing here. And yeah, same complaint about the very repetitive gameplay for the final like 35%. I think just a combination of 3 different orbs each time would be really cool. Instead of it just being green orbs. But this is a really dope level overall. I really like this. Give that a 6-star rating. Cool. Alright, next level. 12696 1572. I judged in this too, but I'm doing it in my mind. That's crazy. I don't want to update my entry since we're still in judging phase. Even when I have a wrong parallax effect that I didn't know. It's fine, dude. I have one in my old entry too from last time. You're fine. I'm gonna be honest, I probably won't even see that. I should probably make sure that I'm practice moding this. Okay. This is a really good example of song representation, because there's not really much happening in the song. There's some slight pulses on these spikes, but I feel like that's actually really going with the vibe, and I feel like it matches the song really well here. Okay, this is cool. Okay, that transition, I'm not a big fan of this transition. It feels a little bit too sudden. Like, I think just stopping the, like, yeah, that camera flipping very, like, slightly early on will just make the sight readability of the level, like, a little bit better. This is, I really like the effects in this. No complaints about this. I'm just stupid. I really like how many effect levels there have been so far. Ooh. Okay. This is my favorite part so far. This is some really cool effects. That's it? Oh. I will make fun of you for having incorrect 3D. Nah, that's actually kind of funny. I would do the same for 3D. I am a big stickler for incorrect 3D, unless if it's like the way that Blaster used it in like Disastrous Dance Off, because that goes with the style. I think if it's a stylistic decision, it looks cool. But I really don't like incorrect 3D otherwise. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. I really like the windmill background in this. It's pretty solid. Again, same complaint as others. I feel like there could be like either some extra blocks or something. Like there's these right here, but I feel like there needs to be something else, because it feels not, that's a bad example of it, but like this part specifically, I think there needs to be something like more solid in it that just fills the level more. It doesn't have to be necessarily air deco, because air deco can sometimes make a level very messy, but I think there needs to be something else. Like, just an extra block design. Honestly, I'd even say saws in this part. Maybe even recreate the windmills in the background for the saws. That would be kind of cool. But there just needs to be something. And this... I know there are camera pulses in this part, but I think there needs to be very slight. Like, in this part right here, these types of pulses... That could be cool in the third part, because it's not very energetic, but there needs to be something more dynamic in it, just so the part doesn't feel super stale. because I don't think it's a stylistic decision here. I know, I'm being very harsh, but I do actually still think this is genuinely a super cool level. I really like how the effects are done in this. I feel like this part's a bit too empty. Well, except for this part of the part. That's actually kind of sick, but the rest of it, I feel like there needs to be slightly more decoration. Or at least, like, these types of pulses. I know I'm saying, like, a lot of, like, redundancies in here, but this is still really dope. I'm gonna attempt to beat this. I'll do one more attempt. I'm trying to be as, like, descriptive as I'm trying to be as, like, detailed as possible when I'm trying to give, like, judging. Because I want to actually, like, I want it to actually be quality, instead of me just saying, like, oh, this needs to be fixed. So I'm sorry I'm going a little slow. I am sorry about that. I should probably be speeding up slightly. We just got 3 really dope levels in a row, though. And I do actually want to beat this. Oh, I forgot about that transition. That's actually really dope. I'm gonna stop it there. I got 90%. I'll like it. This is kind of sad, but it's fine. It's a skill issue. This is dope, though. I really like it. Cool. Shut up. I think getting 90% is fine. Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna need to at least get to the 30th entry because I'm seeing some names in here. Okay, I'm going to need to win just in advance. Yours is coming up soon. So you might need to stick around for a bit. I'm going to be very biased against when one his comes up. It's fine. I'm actually gonna be like I'm gonna be judging the exact same. I don't want to give bias. No, you're not 30th, you're 29th. Okay, this is our moment by Raptor. Okay, cool effect. I immediately off the bat wish that these like saws were blending, because they kind of clash with each other, and like having something blending, having the like colors meld would be really dope. And I feel like because they're not blending, they kind of clash with these like 2.0 Mario style blocks, if that makes sense. Those blocks that are fading in and out are cool. It's a nice transition. Ooh, okay, this is giving me off the bat like Aleph Zero vibes, which is kind of dope. Okay, this is exactly what I'm talking about with the saws. This is what I want. This is cool. I think this works with the blocks here. I do think... No, actually, I like that they're slightly transparent here. That actually works. I was going to say something about that, but I think it's fine. This... Oh, okay. I feel like this is an incorrect usage of shading. This needs to be the exact same as this. Or this needs to be the exact same as this. You can't have both of these because it looks slightly awkward because of that. Like, the shading looks a bit off because of that. But I think that's really dope. I actually genuinely don't know how far yours is, Creator Shaggy. I think yours is, like, lower, unfortunately. Yeah, this is wrong 3D. I also feel like this also needs arrows. Like, it's kind of giving slightly more abstract modern here, but I still think it needs something to be slightly less empty, which would be really dope. Ooh. Okay. See, okay, this is... Why are you solving every problem that I have in the previous part? Just emulate this in the previous part. This is cool. Do something like this in the previous one. Okay, I'm not a big fan of... maybe it's just because I have a bias against these, like, 1.5 blocks. I don't really think they work with this background, which this, I know it's not blending. This works a lot better, and I think this is what the creator was trying to, like, go for more in this first part. Because I think having slightly more, like, saw objects here would make this background a little bit filled out more and look a little bit less messy. So, like, something kind of in the last part. Or, again, they could be blending, like, in this part, and they'll look slightly cooler. And I think they would fit more with the, like, chosen blocks. I think that would actually be really sick. Ugh, okay. That's very slightly off, and it's kind of concerning me. I know I haven't said anything about gameplay. The gameplay in this is solid. There's not really much to comment about on the gameplay. I think it's actually pretty solid. I really like these blending blocks here, but I don't think... unless if these, like, colored 1.0 object stuff, unless if that was blending as well, I don't think it fits with the rest of the, like, style either. Okay, I forgot about these pulses. These are really nice. I really like when there's different colored pulses. I don't know why, it just gives a really cool vibe for the rest of the level. But yeah, this is very sick. I want to see all 120. I'm going to be doing a bunch of these later today as well. I'm going to be doing 2 streams for sure. Okay, now we wait like 15 seconds. You'll see why. I'm gonna be doing what creator Shaggy was intending to do. But yeah, this is overall a really sick level. I do actually really like it. Rob is on page. He's rating stuff still? Why? This is the level I actually do kind of want to see rated. I really like this level a lot. Can you read the message you said in chat? Which one? I think it'd be cool if we had access to the list of levels. That will be after judging. There will be 2 lists. One for the top 50% of levels and the ones for the rest. Just like, here, I'll search up Peroser's lists. Just like this, where we had the first, like, 45 in the first volume, and then we had the rest of them in this. There's going to be something similar to that, so you'll be able to access all the entries then. And yeah, that will be eventually. No, not like a GD list, but a spreadsheet. I'll see if I can release that after I finish judging. Because I want to get through mine first, and then I can create a separate copy to, like, show all of the, like, all of the entries. Yeah, this is not a level request stream, unfortunately. Oh, this one's gonna be exciting. This is the Wafflix level. This might be placing high. Just for reference, I think Wafflix got like 9th last time. So I'm actually really excited to see this. It's already featured, which is a really good sign. This level's good? Okay. off the bat, I don't know why I play with attempts on, like showing them instead of hiding the attempts. Would be cool if the like options trigger had that like turn off, because it kind of doesn't work with the white transition. Ooh, but this is really sick. I really like the drawn arrows here. That's really dope. I feel like that works with the style a lot. I don't know why, but this is kind of giving me Danger Cat vibes. Like, this is really nice. Okay, the lyrics in the background are really cool. Okay, this part could use more pulsing. Like, it would be really cool to see these blocks, like, flash slightly more. Because these, like, impacts are very, like, huge in the song. So even though there are the camera pulses, I think having some, like, brighter color ones, too, would definitely work here. Ooh. Yeah, something like this. This is cool. Because you can see, like... Okay, I died at the very end. Great. I'm going to play this again. Or overload. That could be cool. How do they do that in such short time? How can I get my level in the event? The event has already ended. You'd have to join next Volume 3, which would probably be in 6 months. We need to find an exact date for that. Oh, I didn't even see the, like, area move stuff here. That's cool. Yeah, this is a good example of, like, there's not really a need for any extra deco here. Because even though it's very simple, everything works really well here. Yeah, this definitely needs either some, like, slight overlay glow or just block pulsing, because that would be really cool. Okay, another thing, this is a very nitpicky thing. I kind of wish that the ground wasn't here and this was, like, free gameplay, because I think that would look really cool here. But this is a really dope level overall. What am I leaking? What am I actually leaking? We don't even have a confirmed date for 3 yet. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing one, though, if I had to guess, because this, even though it technically raised less money, I feel like because there were so many more, like, quality levels this time, I feel like in some ways this was more of a success than last time. And I think if we advertised it more ahead of time, that's on me. I actually genuinely would be curious to see, like, how much is done. Because, like, I remember seeing that Viper Arcturus, like, failed submission. Holy, that is, like, mythic level deco. That, in 24 hours, that was just wild. I'm going to fix this. Which the pluses. Yeah, this is a really nice level. Definitely deserves the feature that I got, for sure. Yeah, I'll give it that. It's gonna sound crazy, but I actually do genuinely love this a lot more than, like, the Bowler's entry. Just, I don't know why, this level really has, like, a lot of charm to it that I just really can't explain. It's really cool. Both levels are really good in their own ways. I don't know, I really like Wafflix's entry so much. That's actually really dope. Again, I'm being very nitpicky because all of these entries are super cool. Like, they're all really dope. There are a few that have been, like, that have truly stuck with me. For example, like Minecraft's, even though it's very simple, really good. And I feel like simplicity in some ways can like express a lot, and I feel like a lot of these levels show that, and it's really cool to see. You got 2 cents today for non-GDAN level. You got 2? That's crazy. I've kind of gotten unlucky with Sens low-key. This is... okay, this is nice. Kind of wish there was more gameplay other than just I'm jumping over, like, saws. Kind of not a big fan of just how very limited this gameplay is. And there's not really much happening in the decoration either to really make this work. Because, like, even in Yrax's levels, I complained about the gameplay being a little bit too repetitive at the end. This needs a little more, because it feels very one-note-y. We're at 70% and we haven't done anything. Like, there hasn't been anything happening in this level. It's just me jumping over one object over and over again. There could have been a lot more done with this, because the gameplay is extremely boring, personally. And there's not really anything happening in the decoration. Cool end screen, but there's not really much. I don't know. I don't know what to express here. It's kind of just very one-note-y. There's not anything happening. All right. It's time to see what this is. I'm scared. You'll figure out why soon. Yep. It's this level. This is the, just for reference, Win had the highest level in the first list that wasn't featured or epic. So they did really well last time. I'm actually really excited to see this because they have really quality levels, and I'm surprised it hasn't gotten sent yet, honest. Maybe it has. Has it? I don't know. Let's play this. I'm good at this game. That is an awkward transition, dude. What? I'm not a big fan of the dash orb going straight into an orb. Wind is already crashing out. Wasn't really fun. Oh, it might have been. I think it was really fun based. Regardless, the dude has made a really quality level last time, so I'm actually really excited for this. Okay. I feel like the pulses drag on for a little too long. Because, like, even though they're a single color, like, that works. I think having a single color, like, since everything's black and white, having some sort of, like, monochrome aspect is really cool, especially since this is a higher energy part. However, I feel like the pulses specifically drag on for a little too long. Or there could be more of them. I think having more would be a cool thing. That was not intentional, I promise. Also, maybe it's just me, but I don't think these blocks specifically fit with the intended style. Again, personal gripe. I don't personally think they work, since this is very Glowdern, and those seem more design styled. Same with those slopes. They're like 1.0 slopes that I don't think fit really well with this style that much. Okay, very slight gripe. I've seen some of these blocks not being affected by the monochrome pulses. It's kind of Glowdern. It's a lot of glow aspects with modern. It's not exactly like combination of the two styles, but it's very glow heavy modern in ways. Especially that like second part. I don't know how to describe it. It's for sure modern. It's for sure modern styled. But it's really cool. I do think that's because some of these like blocks aren't being like some of the blocks aren't being affected by the like colored pulses. I don't think that was intentional. I wish that could be fixed. But again, very small gripe. I am bad at this game. Holy. I'll show what specifically I'm talking about soon. This is a really dope level overall, though. This is definitely rate worthy. Like, I think this for sure can get star rated easy. Okay, I might be just going insane. No, like, I think yeah, this one barely got affected by the glow. It barely got affected by the pulses, whereas the other ones, I feel like are definitely being affected more. And I wish, like, I don't know. I wish they were, like, more pulsy, if that makes sense. Also, I don't like how this end screen goes on for 20%. I am nitpicking a lot. I'm not playing in practice because it's funny for this. Again, I am being very nitpicky here. I have been doing that for a lot of these levels. But I do think overall this is a pretty dope level. I think this is rate worthy for sure. I personally think it is. It's pretty dope. I'll give it 3 stars. It has an end trigger? It actually does? Oh, dang. So then, okay, I'll revoke my statement. I'll assume it needs to be bug fixed. I think you just saved yourself an entire point. Pretty dope level overall. I think that makes sense. The end trigger is gone? Oh no! That's unfortunate. I am sorry to hear about that loss. It's a pretty nice level overall though. I actually do really dig it. So you said you made that in 2 hours? Yeah, that's insane. Okay. That's actually crazy that you made that in 2 hours. How? That is way too quality. For 2 hours? Whoa. Okay. That is actually really dope. That is a really dope level overall. And well sick. That's insane. Just copy and paste? You are being harsh. There are definitely some variations in blocks there, which I actually do like. I'm gonna be practicing this. I feel like I'm going to need to. I was right. These are some cool effects. I really like the Rob Top background implementation also. I don't see that one like used that much. And it's really cool to see it used like very effectively here. I didn't realize those were like things that could kill you. That's on me. They're clearly like there's clearly a direction that's being like shown like where to go. That one's on me, because I'm trying to look at like 5. This is a cool switch up. Okay, this is a change in quality for sure. This is nice. These pulses and the like inverts and stuff. This is the type of energy that I'm really looking for. This is really cool. Okay, what's with all of the like really quality levels that are happening like back to back? Okay, this part I'm not as big of a fan of because it doesn't really. The song I feel like has kind of gotten a little more intense, but that intensity is not shown in this part. It feels very calm for what the song actually is here, which is kind of not great in my opinion. I don't really like that part of it, but this is really cool. I'm playing it like out of practice just to see. Gameplay also is very solid. I feel like the effects aren't really obstructing it, which is always a problem in like some of these levels. But this level's definitely not doing that. This level's very fair to the player. And I don't really see that with like very high effect levels that much. So it's really cool to see something that's very sight readable with these really like intense and cool effects in them. Yeah, this definitely deserved the feature that I got. Holy. This is my favorite part by far. This is such a vibe. That's a really cool transition also. But again, I feel like this part of the song is way more intense than the level is. This part of the level feels really calm. Like, I get reintroducing a part from the earlier parts, but you could definitely build on it to make the, like, there were high intensity points in that previous part, and this part had none of that. And I feel like having something more high intensity there would be really dope. Hi, Destriv. Yeah, this is a really dope level. I really like it. Give it this. Cool. This is the Waflex level, right? Yeah, I'm actually gonna change my rating on that. I'm muttering stuff, but I'm also trying my best not to say like my exact ratings because I don't want to like spoil those. I feel like I've been a bit harsh to some levels. I'm gonna definitely need to change my rating on a few. Okay, this one's been definitely sent a few times. That's cool. Let's see this. Okay. Kind of nostalgic look. This is giving me like back on Dash vibes for sure. Ooh, I like this style a lot. Don't tell me there's no corner pieces. Okay, there are. I was like, I swear I just saw something without them. Okay, very small gripe. I wish that this like black border wasn't on just this part and this part. I wish it surrounded the entire block. I don't know why. It's just like a convention thing. Even though this seems to be like early 2.1 glow style here. But I think that will definitely fit more if that was implemented. These are some cool like pulses. They're kind of like 9 circly in a way, but they definitely aren't. Ooh, okay, this is a jump in quality. I really like the experimentation of like different styles in this. It's definitely a cool thing. This part seems a little bit messy, unfortunately, though. I'm not as big of a fan of these like block designs personally. But like this is a really nice level overall. I dig it. Okay. Yeah, this is giving very early 2.1. Like, not in a bad way, in like a nostalgic way. It's actually really cool. But I wish there was something else in the background here, because the cloud part at the end felt a little bit awkward because of that. And I felt like there was a gradual, like, dip in quality throughout the entire level. Which I personally don't like that much. Okay, I know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some of these like slightly overlap. Never mind, that's actually kind of sick. That actually works with the style there. I think that works nice. I think this could get star rated. I do feel like there are definitely some parts in the decoration that are a little messy. And again, because of how everything's like so different from each other, even though it's technically like built around like styles in like a specific time period, I don't know if that's intentional or not. I still feel like each part feels a little bit separated from each other, and they don't feel like super linear. It feels like we're just hopping from one like idea to another to another. I know I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I've done that a bunch in my levels, but it would be cool to see more like each level kind of like, or each part kind of like transitions to each other in ways where they don't feel super separated, which would be cool. But again, that's me being very nitpicky. This is still really dope. An attempt to beat that dual part. That dual part is very much harder than the rest of the level. I might just be bad at dual though, but I feel like that's slightly unbalanced. I'm excited to get to some of the epic levels, honestly. Those seem really dope. Alright, another attempt at the duel. Wow, I am bad at duels. Holy. It's just the hardest part. Okay, good. This still looks pretty decent, but low-key this level would be a lot better if I wasn't tired through a lot of it. So I think shit to do in the morning, so I want to... Okay, that's fair. Because, yeah, the last few parts feel a little bit rushed, but overall, this is a really nice level. I do like it. Okay. A few people are talking about the duel. Alright. I don't feel... I don't feel as bad about talking about the duel, but still, I feel like it could be slightly nerfed. But overall, it's a really sick level. I do like it a lot. Alright, next one. Nightlife. Let's play this one. Let's see what it is. Okay, why are all of these entries bangers? It's already pretty sick off the bat. Again, the style feels slightly unconventional. I like that. It's obviously not like very, but it's very slight. I like this a lot. Look, it might be because it's maybe, oh, this might be like a 1.9 style level. Yeah, this probably is. So I was just gonna say it could maybe have a little bit of movement, but I don't think so. I think, yeah, this part. I feel like it's getting better for sure. I really like these later parts decoration a lot more. But I also feel like it's gotten gradually more difficult, which makes it feel, yeah, especially these ship parts, they feel a little bit unbalanced. But this is sick. This is a very simple level. You're planning to build your entry? That's crazy. That'd been cool to see a silver PS entry for sure. Yeah, it's sick overall. I really like how simplistic the like decoration is in spots. I feel like it could have been a bit more like, I don't know what the like word is, but very a little more polished in these first parts, because the ideas are really cool in them. It's just I feel like they aren't represented the best in these parts. I'm also bad at the game, and I also again feel like the gameplay is getting a little bit more difficult as the level progresses. Which I get a reverse difficulty curve, like the hardest parts are at the start, easiest parts are like later on. But it kind of makes the level a little more annoying, and you'd have to just go through this, like, first 40% a lot. That was on me. But this is a really nice level overall. Very simple. I like the 1.9 style, like, decoration. It's really cool. If it was in 1.9 style, I'd suggest very slight movement, but again, since it's 1.9 style, I think it fits. I think it fits really well. And I really like the laser things in this part after. I think that's really cool. And they give the level a little bit of movement without actually using move triggers, which is really cool. I'm gonna just lock in here. Cool. Yeah, this is a sick level. Very simple. Should have had movements to your level. I think it would have helped, personally. But this is dope. I do like this. Yeah, I did that. I'm gonna do a few more levels and then call it for now. And then after dinner, I'm gonna do a few more. I'm gonna try to get at least halfway done by the end of today, because I do want to get these finished in like an orderly time and not drag these out too much, which would be, I would like to make sure that happens. Ooh, very nice glow style. I think just with this style, I think it needs more like, okay, something gives me like this vibe that this might be slightly stolen, because the song does not fit. Like the pulses don't fit either. Yeah, there's clearly something that said, I don't think I can judge this one yet, because I'm concerned that this one might not be, this might not be original. It might, okay, it probably is. I'm probably going insane, because, no, it is. I don't think the song's represented well then. I feel like if I'm suspicious that it's stolen because the song doesn't represent the level well, I feel like that's a bad sign. Like, the decoration is extremely clean. I think the gameplay is really nice too. But again, I'm concerned because the song isn't represented well. It made me suspicious about the like level's authenticity at first. Especially this cool right here. Like, I don't know where that comes in exactly. It doesn't really hit with anything in the song or just like do anything for the level that much. Because again, the decoration, clean. I think this is some really nice glow-like style that I kind of wish I saw more recently. It would be really cool to see this type of glow more often, because it's really polished. But the song isn't represented well. Yeah, and the level just cuts off here. I don't know. It's a great level. I like the gameplay. But like, I mean, there is some slight sync. But like, the song doesn't really work, personally, for like, what the level's going for. I might be going insane, though, which is always a possibility. Regardless, though, I really love this decoration. It's really cool. Alright, let's do a few more of these. Five, 3, 4, 4. Sun Knight by Bandkid. Okay, off the bat, I'm liking the 1.8 style. giving... Might be 1.7 style. It's giving Electroman Adventure, or Electrodynamics. No, it's definitely 1.8 because of the slopes. This is nice. I think for a 1.8 styled level, it's very clean. I think this is probably rate worthy. I do think that this part is dragging on slightly. Okay, I wish there was a little more done with these slopes because they feel a little bit empty and don't fit with the level really. Like even choosing a different like variation of slopes would be cool there. So like even just using regular black ones would, I think, fit. This, okay, that asymmetric duel. I'm actually happy that that like asymmetric duel doesn't have any indicators because I feel like that requires the level to be like more sight readable, and I think it really helped make that duel a lot more fun. Don't tell me that it's... Can you guys stop making end screens that last 20% of the level? It's genuinely annoying. But yeah, this is a very clean 1.8 style level overall. I like the gameplay on this a lot. It's very solid. Kind of wish some of the objects had blending on them, but I don't think that was a thing. It might have not have been a thing in 1.8, so I don't know. This is really nice. I'm gonna see if I can beat it real quickly. Again, same gripe about the like things that I said earlier. These need to probably be a different style of slope because they don't necessarily fit as a transition too well. I think it's almost rate worthy. I don't think it's there yet, but it's really cool overall. I do like this level a lot. It's really nice. Right, next level. Very similar ID. Ah! Well, I found Creator Shaggy's level. I think the long answer is more of a nod to the update. That's fair. That's fair. That's definitely fair. To be fair, most of us were scrabbling for time. That's true. That is definitely true. I can understand that. Alright, I'm excited to play this level. Like, even still, it would be good if the level just, like, ended rather than, like, carrying it to, like, a 1 minute. Or just... Because I've seen some levels where they're just dragged out to 1 minute. Like, the only requirement was it had to be around 45 seconds. I don't know. It's a personal pet peeve that I don't know why I specifically have it personally. This is... Okay. I should actually talk about this level probably, because this is actually really sick. I really like the... Wait, isn't this a Water Flame song? I might be going insane. Wait, I need to check. Hold on. No, I'm check. No, it isn't. No, it is! It's a Water Flame remix. I'm right. This is super cool. I like the fading in blocks. They don't obstruct the gameplay, which is really solid itself. That's a really dope transition. Look, I'd complain about not having too many pulses here, but works perfectly with the song, so I can't complain there. Very, very small nitpick. But I wish that this right here, these like borders, were emulated on the part before, on the like the blocks, because the blocks feel not super separated from the background. But again, I'm being very nitpicky here. Dude, why was Hirozer struggling with this level? Low key. This isn't that This isn't that terrible. This is actually pretty sight readable. This is a really cool final part. Holy. Okay, the song representation in this goes crazy. This is a really good example of the song representation that I'm looking for. Oh, I like this level so much. This is really dope. Yeah, the last part's the best one. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna play this again just to like see if there's anything like specific I can like comment on. But like this is overall a really solid like effect like level. Again, yeah, the blocks in this part don't feel as separated from the background as they could be. And I feel like that would be a really good thing. And it will just, I think it will help the design very slightly and make it easier to like read the gameplay. But again, that is such a slight nitpick. It's stupid. I think it works fine. I think it looks really good. This is overall a really solid level. I really like the text that's on the screen. It doesn't obstruct the gameplay too much, and it represents the song really well. This is a good use of text for sure. I didn't even see the text at the bottom. That's dope. That's a cool level. Yeah, this is sick. Yeah, that's nice. I might have to get to 40, and then I'm gonna call it. I'll be doing for sure another stream later today. Goal is to get through 70 levels total. It's a very big stretch. I don't think I'm gonna be just doing 4 streams if I had to guess. Because there are so many entries. It's a very simple level. I really like the logo being used in the background. That's kind of cool. So just using it at the end screen. I wish there was some more in these blocks or just in the style. Because not only is the part like kind of drawn out, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit empty because of that. Yeah, these black blocks need to have something other than just being a single color, because they kind of don't really stick out well. Because like these clouds are very highly detailed. Kind of an abrupt ending, unfortunately. The clouds are very detailed and I like that, but the black blocks that are just like single color, they don't fit too well, personally. I like this orb decoration though, that's really dope. I don't know why, but this just made me like think of an interesting idea that I'm surprised I haven't seen super implemented. Not the level specifically, but this event as a whole. I'm surprised there haven't been many like level jams. Like I know there are creator contests and that stuff, but like 3 days, build a level in like a specific theme. I feel like I haven't seen that too often, and I feel like that would be really dope. Like a shorter time period one. Probably again also for like supporting a charity. I think that would be really cool. I want to see if maybe we can implement that in GDAN at some point. Maybe giving slightly more time. Just so the levels don't feel as rushed. This is a bad example. This level's great. I feel like there are some like design choices again that I feel like are a bit too basic, personally, but this is super cool. The sun, oh I didn't see the sun have a GDAN face. That's really cool.
building gems overall in GD are not pretty common. I kind of wish there were more platform build.
Yeah, no. That would be really cool as well. Platformer jams would be really dope. I think that works. This is dope though. I like that. That was a nice level. Alright, next one. I 17 seconds. I don't think I put in the right level. Hold on. Oh yeah, I 100% did it. What the hell did I just... Oh, it's because that's supposed to be a 6. Something tells me the 17-second level isn't the right one. Okay, this is making me feel better. Alright. Can you play it anyways? No. I don't think I want to. This is definitely the right level. Woo! Yeah, this is nice. I really like this flower-like decoration on the blocks. I'm not as big of a fan of these, like, the saws that are being used. I feel like they don't work with the style of the blocks, but again, that's me being nitpicky. Ooh. Yeah, this is nice. I like this a lot. Okay, I feel like personally these blocks don't work as well with the like very intensely like, or not intensely detailed, but this like somewhat detailed background. They kind of stick out in not a great way. I also kind of wish that this background like developed a little more and there were more pulses. Yeah, they don't contrast a lot with the background as well. I feel like there also could be more intensity because this song is a little bit intense, like more intense, and there's like no pulses. The pulses are non-existent in this, so it kind of doesn't feel like with the song as much. Like they feel a little bit separated. I feel like some background structures would help the level feel less flat. I agree. I think that could definitely help. I'm not going to be accessing some Steam features. No, thank you. Yeah, this is a nice, simple level overall. I think also some like blending. Oh, that's not ideal. I don't really like the lines that much being a part of the like, because that feels kind of like a mistake. Okay, this particle design is, the like lines are kind of cool. I like them like pulsing. I wish that was emulated in the rest because I feel like this part's less dramatic without. Okay, I misspoke. Like it definitely wasn't present in the next part. Yeah, there definitely needs to be like extra designs and pulses just to make the parts feel a little more dramatic and just more like thought and built out overall. But this is still a pretty solid level. Construction could be better too. It's only 90-degree angles. I don't mind that as much personally, but yeah, that could definitely help the level a bit. But overall, it's a pretty solid level. Alright, I'm gonna do like 3 more because I'm noticing we're gonna just keep getting bakers for a bit. I'm gonna try to be a little bit faster. Well, that's gonna definitely help. It's exactly 45. Well, it's 44 in there, but I'm guessing. Okay, pretty simple effects. Nice. This is nice. Okay, that's a dip in quality. These blocks do not really work that well. I don't know how I feel about these colors either. Because they kind of don't work with each other that well. Like the greens do here. But that combined with the like jittery purpley blue doesn't fit well. Yeah, these final two parts are definitely a definite dip in quality compared to that first part, which I actually do dig. Funny on screen. Wrong parallax detected? I didn't even see that. You can tell... Oh, you're right. I do like this inverted, like, gradients being used. That's kind of sick. But again, I feel like there is definitely a drop in quality after this part. Yeah. There definitely needs to be more detail in these blocks. And at the same time, the blocks don't really fit the vibe of the level fully. Like, they kind of don't... They don't mix with the background too well. This part does this better, because... It's obviously using more glow-based objects here, instead of, like, the background being modern and the designs being slightly more abstract. It's a good level, but there are definitely some like aspects in the design that can definitely be improved. Whole level feels like it feels like it was made in like one. In all honesty, it feels kind of like, especially the final two parts, they kind of feel slapped together last minute, because the first level is so like much higher quality compared to the other two. It kind of offsets them to be a little bit like worse to the player. Like they're still solid, but
did I get to Gnome Revenge? I have not. Alright, I'm gonna do 2 more levels, and then I think I'm gonna call this stream, like, done. Because I have other things I need to do today, and I want to get those done at least.
this has been one I've been kind of excited to play also. I really like these arrows. They're really dope. Oh, I really like how they have like a shadow on the blocks. I saw it on the like upper ones though. I don't think that I don't think that necessarily, yeah, I don't think this necessarily works correctly like this does. Cause unless if it's emitting light, that makes sense. Actually, that does make sense. I was like, if it's like a reverse shadow thing, it kind of doesn't really work the best here. This is super nice though. I really like this creator's style, so I'm gonna probably be a little bit biased. Oh, there it is again. It's the logo being used in the design. That's really, I really like seeing that, honestly. It's really dope. Oh, nice transition. Ooh. Okay, these transitions are dope. Okay, the spikes kind of stick out from the blocks, which I'm not as big of a fan of. But this is dope. I'm not getting that coin. I'm too far in. Yeah, I knew I was gonna do that. I've lost it. I do want to play this again though, just to like give some more comments. I feel like the saws and the spikes in that part though stick out a little too much. Like they work in this part, especially with the colors, But like they're slightly going off of the blocks too, which kind of makes them feel a bit. They feel like they're sticking out slightly because of that. But this is a clean level. This is very clean. This is by far my favorite part. This is really nice. Alright. Oh, I didn't even realize that the background follows the player. That's cool. It actually makes it feel like more connected. That's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to just focus here, not do the exact same thing. There we go. Oh! This is a different vibe. Whoa. Okay. This is some really good song represent. I am an idiot. Okay, I actually legitimately have to play this level again now. That is a crazy switch up. I was like, okay, the quality there is like fine. Boom, hits you in the face. That's actually really good. I like how the like previous part's slightly like simpler, and then we just get hit with that. Oh, that gives a really good shock factor that I just love. It's really dope. It's like this part's really cool, but whoa. I also really like the like contrast between just like simple like very light modern to very like more intense. It's really cool. I really like the like, because parts 2 and 4 feel like similar to each other, obviously with different intensities, and then parts 1 and 3 feel pretty similar too. I really like the like back and forth between like the two, like even though they're similar styles, they're very slightly different, and they give such a different vibe to the level. That's really cool. Again, I feel like the saws stick out. The saws and spikes in this parts stick out a bit too much, which I don't really like that much. Especially the outlines of them. I'm gonna shut up now. Why was that nerve-wracking? That was... Okay, that final part is so dope. Yeah, this level is extremely cohesive. But, whoa. That... I have no words. That was just incredible. I'm giving that a like. That's just... Oh... That final part definitely brought up my rating, I will say. That was sick. Like the third part was fine. Again, same comments about like the saws, spikes. Feel a bit disconnected from the rest of that part because I feel like they're like a different style. The borders feel like they don't really work. But that fourth part, man, just the shock factor of it. That was really nice. To do back-to-back features, are you kidding me? What just happened? This is another feature-worthy level. Where's Sauce Stop? I have no idea. Oh, it's actually like I'm gonna be honest, I think I'll hit that next later today. Cause that's actually like about 10 levels away. Okay, this is very nice. This is definitely a different vibe. This is very clean. I think the blocks go well with the very simplistic background. Very clean, very smooth. I wish the pulses were on every snare hit. Because it will make the song slightly more represented there. This is a nice part. I really like the red sun. It gives like sunset vibes, but very modernized. That's really nice. Ooh. Yeah, this gameplay is very sight readable, clearly. I think it got slightly overrated. This feels more like a 4 or 5 star, but like, that's dope. Wait, were there 1.0 pulsing sticks? I need to go check. There's not really much to comment on. Overall, this is a very like somewhat simple but like very clean and polished level. Like, this is incredibly polished. If anything, maybe a few extra details on the blocks. Not on like the insides of them. Those look perfect. But like on the white borders, just to give the the blocks slightly more texture. Maybe even on the sides of them in this, because they feel a little bit too like, it's just very too like sharp edges. There could be something on the sides to maybe like make them feel like they're not just sticking out from the ground. Like they could have like more structure put into them. But I'm being very nitpicky here. Overall, this is a very clean level. This is just a very well-polished level. Not too much to comment on here. I guess maybe also, I feel like the like decoration's slightly too similar to each other, but like, it's a style thing. Works with the song. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Definitely deserved the feature. I will say that. It's really nice. Wish coin was more thought out, but yeah, that's a nitpick. I think the coin's fine. There are also 2 others that I just don't even want to attempt to get right now. It's a pretty dope level. I like it. I think I'm going to call this stream done. I'm going to try to do like 40 more levels, hopefully, the next one. Gonna get some stuff done, eat dinner, come back, head on here. Probably not gonna be a ping. Probably gonna be like 2 to 3 hours before, like, it's gonna be 2 to 3 hours until it, like, it's stream, but this is nice. I like this.